Good evening everyone, and today we're in a bit of a change of scenery today, mainly to get the light of this specific watch just right. I needed to be outside for this, so we're actually outdoors for this one. Today's one we are looking at the Ingersoll The Jazz watch. Ingersoll is one of the oldest American watch makers, dating back to pre-1900, so it's a brand worth looking at. Before we actually get on to the actual watch itself, we're going to have a brief look at the box itself. So the box is like this, in terms of length, it's like an A4 in terms of length size, almost like a sunglasses case style box to it. The box has a decent amount of weight to it. Overall, it has a nice sort of matte sort of finish to it. It's I believe this is hardened cardboard, so it's rather than that cardboard that has a lot of give to it, this one doesn't have any give at all. Nice sturdy Ingersoll matte black finish, simple box. And the way we actually get to the watch is by putting on this little pulley lever here. So we're going to just remove this box part here, down there for a second. And inside, as you can see, we've got like a leather casing. And inside, obviously, we've got that little guarantee card, actually in its own personal little slot in the actual watch box there. So looking at the actual pouch for the watch itself, I guess you can call this a pouch, it is made of genuine leather, but it looks things very well folded together and offers a classic little look to it. A nice soft feel to it with nice sturdy stainless steel like button hinges to connect it, almost like an old-fashioned book. Very nice little effect to it here. So let's have a look inside. So here we go, guys. This is the Ingersoll The Jazz watch, 42mm. We can see why we've come outside to have a look at this watch. Right, so just going to talk you through this. So at the top of the face, so looking at the face itself, we've got a fully stainless steel mirror effect finished hands. We've got no luminous essences to them, so it won't glow in the dark, which is a shame, but it doesn't matter for this kind of classic watch. Looking at the looking at the top, we've got a sort of a moon phase function dial up here that does day and night. I believe it actually represents when the sun goes down and when night comes up, rather than being like a calendar month moon phase sort of look, style, like you would have on this sort of watch, which is the Accurist Grand Complication. I've done a review of that in the video. Check out the video above. That will give you a little show of what that looks like. So moving around to the left, we've also got a dual time. So dual time is basically like a Jimty function where we can track the time of another location. So if we want, we could just set the time to whatever we need to know the time, obviously. So we need to set the time to whatever we want it to be using the crown function here. It's like a reverse function compared to the actual movement of the other time. You would adjust that to the time you wanted and then adjust this one by turning it the other way. Looking around the face again, we've also got the evidence of the skeleton automatic movement in the back here, and just an Ingersoll plated like circle here, just to sort of keep the face nice and symmetrical in terms of what features we have in the actual watch itself. So the actual price of this watch sits around about £180, not bad considering the quality and the sort of the work that's gone into it. Weight of the watch sits at around about 95 grams. As I said before, it's a 42mm face with a 15mm, well, coming up for 16mm case thickness. So it's quite a thick watch, quite a thick sort of watch that. Overall, it's a very, very nice sort of watch. You can even see the intricate little details in there, just adding a nice little bit of touch classics to the actual face. Going around the actual edge of the face, you can see that the actual face itself is indented. Like the numbers on the sides are indented at 45 degrees to add a bit of enhancement to the actual backing of the face of the watch. Overall, it's a very, very nice, elegant watch. It's very well put together, almost in the same sort of category as a Accurist Grand Complication. The glass itself is sapphire glass. Waterproof, so I will need to check this. Waterproof to 50 meters, as it says on the back. Operates on an automatic movement. Not sure what the actual movement exactly is. Let's give it a little shake. Just the components seem to be well made inside, and you can't hear much of the automatic movement perpetual being jumped around inside, so that is a good thing. Let's have a little look at the quality of the actual crown. You can probably hear that there being turned. Nice little quality crown movement to that, and obviously that that back movement to show you going the wrong way. So I'm just going to show you the single plate function to how you adjust the time. As you can see here, we turn it one way to get the time the other one, and that will also turn the other one as well. So you can see it's turning on the left. But if you turn it the other way, that will set the time of the current day as well. But we can just set that other one to whatever we want. So I'm going to set it to 8 o'clock. Then I'm going to go and set the one to now to 6:30, which is what it is. So there you go, guys. We've got 2 times there. So 8 o'clock here and 6:30 here. Looking around the bezel is obviously made of stainless steel with it's a flat finish. It's slightly bigger than the actual casing of the material. Bezel itself made of stainless steel, and the actual casing itself looks to be a hybrid between matte finish stainless steel and chrome finish stainless steel, around where the back plate and the front plate are placed onto the watch. Looking around the back, you've got and the crown, you've got a similar sort of stainless steel effect on the back as well. You've got a matte finish lined, circular lined finish rather than a plain back plate, with like a skeleton view of the automatic movement in the back. A lot of watches nowadays have a matte finish back with no window, so you can't see the movement inside, but this one you can see the perpetual movements going around inside here. So whilst we're at the back, actually, we're going to have just a brief look at the little letters on the side. So obviously stainless steel 316, as you might expect, with the model number of 107701. The actual the connections to the strap here are double-ended popper pins connected to a genuine leather that is double indented, stitched on the sides, with single window functionality to it. So that will operate on a single window basis with the clasp. The clasp itself, stainless steel mirror finish with that Ingersoll embossed finish on the top there. So overall, it's a very, very nice, well pieced together, and it's an excellent watch. I highly recommend this for the price. And have a look at this next to the Accurist. Just realised I've set the time a little bit too late here. As you can see, the time here is not the same. So there we go, guys. That is the not the Accurist. That is the Ingersoll The Jazz complication watch, 42mm.